He's only been on the job for less than 3 months, and already Jamaica's National Security Minister is making some bold announcements in his bid to wage a war against the criminal underworld. Security Minister Montague has hinted that he's in favor of resuming hanging as a deterrent to crime. A tough-talking Montague insists hoodlums must face severe penalties for the mayhem they inflict on society. He made the comments while addressing the graduation exercise for over 300 new police officers on Friday at the National Police College in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine. The Security Minister says he has asked his team to consult and determine whether there are any legal barriers to prevent a reintroduction of capital punishment.
It cannot be that persons feel comfortable to exact criminality but do not expect to be severely punished. Persons who intend to break the law must know that the punishment will be sure, swift, and just. In that regard, I have asked the Minister of State, Senator Pernell Charles Jr., to consult with a number of agencies, including the Attorney General's Office and the Ministry of Justice, to determine if there are any legal impediments for the resumption of hanging in Jamaica.
Quizzed by journalists on his latest proposition to resume capital punishment, Mr. Montague countered that hanging is still legal on the country's law books. But what about international and local human rights groups who continue to denounce what they consider an inhumane practice?
It is on our law books. We have to obey the law, and I will await that review. How do I tell a child not to break the law and then break it myself? My international partners will be the first to tell you that they obey the laws of any country they operate in. They are the first to tell you how much they respect the laws of the land. We respect them and we love them for that stance. The laws of Jamaica are very clear.
Meanwhile, Mr. Montague says his ministry is embarking on a five-pronged approach to tackling the monster of crime. He argues that his initiatives aren't entirely punitive. The Security Minister says a critical plank of the ministry's strategy is addressing the root cause of violence. As it relates to violators of law and order, the Security Minister says he's looking to ensure inmates are properly rehabilitated after incarceration.
Important to our strategy of prevention is the fifth pillar, which is based on the principle of redemption. While they are serving time in prison, we will institute measures to rehabilitate. We are now on a tour of these institutions. One of the objectives is to assess the quality of these rehabilitation programs. I must let you know, we are already putting together a plan to significantly improve these programs. Improved rehabilitation will ensure inmates returning from incarceration to be better able to reintegrate into their communities and to become first-class citizens and make a valuable contribution to the nation.
Still in Jamaica, the police force is mourning the loss of yet another of their colleagues to the hands of criminal elements. 54-year-old woman Corporal Judith Williams was gunned down on Thursday morning while on her way to work. It's understood that the female officer was shot 6 times by gunmen as she left her East Kingston home for work. Corporal Williams was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, but she died shortly after midnight. She was attached to the Office of Police Commissioner Dr. Carl Williams. During the graduation exercise for some 322 new constables on Friday, a moment of silence was observed for the slain cop. Police Commissioner Dr. Carl Williams condemned the heinous crime. He is assured that the perpetrators will be brought to justice.
It was a brutal act that was played out yesterday morning on a woman corporal who is stationed at my office. She is a gentle soul, harmless person. She didn't even carry a gun, and yet she was so brutally attacked and killed. We are going to find the killers. We will find them, and we will find them quickly, and we will bring them to justice.
Meanwhile, the death of the female cop has resurfaced discussions about the dire need for officers to be provided with the necessary transportation to work, especially for those who work late hours. Security Minister Montague says that's an ongoing discussion. He too offered condolences to the family of the slain officer.
That is a matter that the Commissioner is in discussion with me. It's an operational matter, and I'll allow the Commissioner to comment on it, but to say on behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica, we express our condolences and sympathies to the families of the police personnel who have been killed, and also to the other Jamaicans who have been killed. And therefore it underscores and underlines the need for us to have partnerships going forward, so that each and every one of us in our own way, in our own sphere, can help to tackle this monster of crime. Because tackle we must.